Solving multi-step equations. Alright, if you're looking at your set of notes, the first example says to solve 5q minus 13 equals 37. Okay, this section combines what we just did in the solving by addition and subtraction and solving by multiplication and division, and putting it to use into one equation to solve for the answer. The directions in your notes also say to check your solution, so make sure that we go back and do that just like we did before. When you're working out problems like this, you kind of want to do the backwards order of operations. So normally order of operations would tell us to do multiplication and division, then addition subtraction. But in this case, we're going to do the addition subtraction first, and then do the multiplication division last. Still the same concept. You want to isolate your variable. So Q's our variable, so everything else is the other side. So in order to do that, I'm going to add 13. The negative 13 and the positive 13 cancel out, and you'll left with 5q equals 50. And then just like we did before, this should look familiar. It should look like one of the other problems from the multiplication division section. So then the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to take this and divide both sides by 5. You'll have 1q is equal to 10. Check our answer to make sure it's right. We're going to plug it back into our original. You have 5 times 10, which is 50, minus 13 equals 37. And 37 equals 37, so it does check. Okay, the next example is to solve s over 12, subtract 9 equals negative 11. Alright, same thing like we did in the last example. This right here is a division problem, so we want to get rid of the addition and subtraction first. 9 is negative, so we're going to add 9 to both sides. And then you're left with s over 12 is equal to negative 2. Okay, to get rid of division, which is what this is, then we're going to multiply. So whenever you have a fraction, the easiest way to get rid of the fraction is to multiply by the denominator. So we're going to multiply both sides by the denominator. In this case, it's 12. The 12 and 12 will cancel out. You're left with s equals negative 24. Again, if you go back in and check, negative 24 divided by 12 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 9 is negative 11. So our answer does work. The last example on your notes says to write an equation for the problem below and then to solve. So it says to write 8 more than 5 times the number is negative 62. So you'll just rewrite that into into an algebraic equation, which is what we learned to do in the very first tutorial. Eight more than 5 times the number is equal to negative 62. And then just like we've done before, here's our multiplication. So it's in the middle of our problem. But we still solve it the same way. So we're going to, 8 is positive, we're going to subtract it from both sides. You're left with 5n equals negative 70. And then again, here's multiplication. Divide both sides by 5. That leaves us with n is equal to negative 14. You can go back and check your answer. Negative 14 times 5 plus 8 does give you negative 62.